Welcome to the Krista Escamilla Show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Krista Escamilla Show. I hope that life is treating you well wherever you're at in your day. And we want to thank our viewers from all over the world for listening. We have listeners in Mexico, Spain, France, and the list goes on. And we are so grateful and thankful because we love sharing the good stories of West Texas. And we're just so happy that you're listening. So thank you. We want to also thank our sponsors today before we jump into our amazing guests. We want to thank Rig ID Workwear, Midland Cap Company, joincapclub.com, and Tapestry Hotel Midland. Please support these local businesses however you can. It's time now to jump into our amazing guests. Joining us today are the co-owners of Morph. We have Alexis Hines, who is a nurse, and we also have Heddy Herron. Am I saying it correct, Heddy? Yes. Right. Heddy Herron is the director of functional medicine, which I cannot wait to find out what functional medicine is. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having us.
All right, who wants to tell their story first? We're going to jump right in. We just want to get to know a little bit about you and then how Morph came to be.
Okay.
You want to go?
Yeah.
You can do Rochambeau, whatever you want. Right. Let's go rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I started practicing functional medicine probably 6-7 years ago, and during COVID, things just got so busy that we decided we needed more hands on deck. So that's kind of how Morph came to be, is that we decided like we could get everything in one place. And so we launched in September, and Alexis kind of came on board, 2 years ago?
Yeah, so whenever I moved back to Midland, I went to nursing school at Tech, worked there for a little bit in the pediatric ICU, moved home.
And this was during COVID.
Yes.
You jumped right in out of college.
Yeah.
Into the ICU.
Yes.
During COVID.
Yes.
Just an incredible experience and way to jump in right out of college, right?
Yes. And so in Lubbock, it wasn't that bad just because it was with kids, and luckily it wasn't affecting them like that. But then whenever I moved back, I went to adult ICU, and that was a whole different story. Then we had a mutual friend / client of Heddy's, and she was like, you have got to meet this woman. Like, she will change your life. And I found out what Heddy did, and I was like, look, I will sit in with you. I will be a fly on the wall. I will work for free. I will do whatever you want. Like, I just have to know what you're doing. Like, I have to learn from you.
Awesome. I love that. I love that you saw that, and you were like, I need to know what she's doing.
Yes. And so sat in Heddy's old office for many sessions, listening, learning. And then she just can't get rid of me now. It's signed, sealed, and delivered.
Now you're business partners.
Yes. Right. Yes.
That's fantastic. And you both are born and raised in Midland, correct?
So, yeah, I was actually born in Lubbock.
Okay, born in Lubbock. Okay.
But then I'm raised
got here
in Midland.
As fast as you could.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't wait. I mean, who wouldn't?
So you got to Midland, and then you as well?
Yeah, I grew up in Big Spring.
Okay, in Big Spring.
But the area.
Yeah, West Texas.
Sure. So
West
definitely
Texas.
grew up in West Texas and then found my way back. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we're so glad you're here sharing your gifts, and I want to learn more about them because when I hear of Morph, I think we need to talk about all the amazing things that you do within Morph. So let's start with some of your services that you provide because they are much needed services here in West Texas.
So, okay, in Morph, we do have multiple providers. So we have a PA that practices integrative skin. So she's dealing more with like the underlying causes of acne, eczema, and she also does aesthetics, but in a very natural way.
Okay.
And then we have a physical therapist that does a pelvic floor physical therapy. We have myself that does functional medicine, that's advanced labs, hormones, gut health, that kind of stuff. And then we have massage therapists, counselors, health coaches, nutritionists, IVs, advanced IVs, peptides, cold plunge, and sauna. Did I miss anything?
Mm-mm. I think that's the list.
That is amazing. And so you're looking at more of a holistic way of health, correct? It's a little bit more holistic, but with a medical background. Is that correct?
So everything is based on science. I'll start there. And we're not in any way anti-conventional. We actually work alongside it. So where conventional is diagnosing and treating disease. We are looking for how to prevent disease, how to optimize, how to support longevity. People who aren't in a disease state say yet, but you don't want to wait till you get there. We look at things more from that point of view.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the IVs. IVs are amazing. If you've never had, okay, raise your hand if you've had an IV. Right? Okay. They're amazing. You feel, I feel like, and my kids probably are tired of me saying this, but I feel like the world is dehydrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody drinks enough water. And so once you get an IV that's filled with all the good stuff, you just feel, amazing. So let's talk about the benefits of IVs and what's actually in them. Because I just look at that little bag and I just go, okay, it's going to be great. I'm going to feel good. But what's in it?
Right.
I have no idea.
And so IVs, there's a lot of different ways that you can go. You can get your traditional like vitamin IVs. That's often with like a B complex, vitamin C, vitamin D, like all of your good nutrients that we all need. And that is why, one, you feel so great afterwards because you're getting hydration back. And two, a lot of the times we are not absorbing the vitamins like we think we are. Like if you even take a basic vitamin each day with all of the nutrients, there's only a certain percentage actually getting absorbed through the GI tract. And so with IVs with nutrients, you're getting like 100% bioavailability right through the bloodstream. And so that's also why you feel so good, because you're getting every single nutrient you need. But then we offer like advanced IVs, and those are personally our favorite. Like, have you ever heard of NAD?
No. What's that?
So NAD.
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, you're going to be hooked.
From your smile, I am like, what is an NAD?
Okay, so NAD is, we have it like in our body right now. Okay. It is the thing that makes what is called ATP. Okay. ATP
Don't know what that is either.
Okay, yes. So ATP is like the energy of the cell. It's what the cell needs to go and do its function, go and live. We all need ATP. Okay. And so what NAD does, the way that we describe it, it is like you are plugging your body into a charger like you do with your phone. And each time you get a bag of NAD, you are charging your body and you are charging every single cell that your body has with energy. Because over time, I think now it's like by age 30, the energy levels in your cell drastically drop, like drastically. And so
wait till you get to 50.
Well, see, this is why NAD is just so amazing. So you are literally putting this energy, this thing that makes the energy for every single cell, directly into your body. Every single cell is being charged at full speed.
That's awesome.
Yes. And so it helps with like anti-aging. It helps with dysfunction. It has wonders and wonders of research on what it does, like mentally with anxiety, depression, addiction, like all of these amazing benefits. And the best thing is like, one, our body needs it to survive. Like if you do not have enough basically ATP, NAD, your cells will not survive. And that is why you age so quick. That is why dysfunction happens so quick.
So it's like the fountain of youth.
Yes, that's what people actually call it.
That is so cool. And how often can you get it and how much does it cost?
Okay, so this is the way that we were trained and taught. So there is a loading dose. So let's go back to like you're plugging in your body to a charger. Right now, let's say you're at a 0% or you're at 10%, the little red dot is on like we get on our phones. Like you need a charge. So our loading dose is 5 bags in 10 days. Okay. So that's your loading dose. So you're starting at basically 0. And then each time you get a bag, it's raising at 20%. Raising at 20%. It
stays there at 20%? It doesn't go back down to 0?
So that's what the loading dose is for.
Okay.
Yeah, so each time, so then you're at 20%. The second bag, you're going to 40%, and so on until you reach max capacity or at your 100%. And then once you have this like loading dose, your body is like, okay, I have ample amount of energy. My cells have ample amount of energy. Like we are good to go. And then you go into a maintenance program. And that looks different from each person. So some people want to get a maintenance bag once every 2 weeks. Some people want to get a maintenance bag once a month, once every other month, or you can do shots. And so, but the loading dose is what really sets it apart because we are so, like everybody is so deficient in it. Just because we're constantly aging, just the way the world works, we're constantly under stress, which is stressing our bodies out. And so starting at that 0%, getting the bags to 20, 40, 60, and then you're good to go.
Awesome.
And you feel incredible.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, what is the response from your patients afterwards? Like when you walk out, what did they say?
I can tell you what I felt. So I do have ADHD. I have been medicated in the past. Now I do different stuff, but I haven't needed anything in probably, I guess I finished mine about 2 months ago. I've needed nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you feel like it's just giving you mental clarity.
Brain firing, mental clarity, energy, just, especially after COVID, a lot of people have had a lot of brain fog.
Yes.
That is gone, because I did have that pretty severely for a while. So a lot of that in myself. And then, what have you heard from clients, Alexis?
So let's just preface this by saying during the IV.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
During the IV, you do not feel very well. Okay, because think about it, like every single cell is being charged. There's like an electrical thing that is happening. And so what I often tell clients too is we have the most mitochondria, that's where the energy is kind of starting to be used and transported and stuff like that. We have the most mitochondria, which let's take it back to what would that be? Biology. That is the powerhouse of the cell, people. Let's remember that. See?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, biology
exactly.
class. Yeah.
And so that is kind of like the battery, I guess, the mitochondria. We have the most in our heart. So a lot of people will feel like a chest pressure during the IV because, again, we have the most of that type of the mitochondria in our chest. So I always tell people, you're going to feel like you have chest pressure.
Okay.
It is not the same. You are not having a heart attack. You are not having, nothing is wrong. This is a very normal response, and it is very safe. A lot of people have some GI disturbances.
Do you find that they feel the dysfunction where they're the pain or the discomfort where they have the dysfunction?
Yes. And so if you kind of look at it like wherever you have the most dysfunction or the most cells that really aren't
that need a boost.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Wherever the cells need the most boost, that is kind of where you have the most dysfunction.
Okay.
And so it's really
that's where you feel it. That makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Yes. And so it's really interesting. It's per patient and per whatever is going on with them. Some people have a lot of GI issues, and so they feel a lot of GI discomfort.
Okay.
Hetty had some in her jaw.
Mine was my jaw.
Interesting. Maybe because you hold your stress in your jaw?
I mean, nothing was painful except for my jaw.
Interesting.
A little breathing, through my lungs, but I have asthma, and then my stomach.
Yeah.
That's where I felt it.
Yeah.
I didn't have any chest pain at all.
And did you do the whole process? You did the whole, all of the, how long was it? Did you say 10 sessions?
So 5 bags in 10 days.
In 10 days. 5 bags in 10 days.
By bag 3, for me personally, I didn't feel anything then. So obviously the healing started. Bag 1 was rough. Bag 2 was, and 3, I was like, oh, this isn't bad at
this
all.
is great.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait. I want to try it. This is so exciting. Really quick, and then we're going to take a quick break. What's the cost per session, or is it like a package?
So for the loading dose, it is $2,800.
Okay.
And so that is your 5 bags in 10 days. And then we also add 2 what is called a fast vitamin IV after 2 bags. And so the fast vitamin IV is probably also a favorite. It is all of your main nutrients, your main vitamins, amino acids, and minerals. And so you are getting flooded again with the very nutrients that you need. So
Fantastic.
5 bags, 10 days, and then 2 fast vitamin IVs.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to do something that we call quote of the day. Big quote girl here, and then we're going to get into functional medicine because I cannot wait to hear more about functional medicine. So, what you're going to do is let me make sure that these are all. Okay, there's a blank one. Sometimes the blank ones have been thrown in here on cleaning day. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and pull one out.
Okay.
We'll read it and see what it means to you, and then Heddy will have you pull one out as well.
Okay, cool. Oh, maybe.
Okay. Go ahead and read it. If you can't read my writing, I understand, and I will try to.
Okay, mine is, what is your personal philosophy in life?
Oh, you got a question card, which is fine. We're going to go with that. What is your personal philosophy in life?
Oh, gosh. I think mine is to be kind to others because you do not know what's going on in their life. Everybody has a backstory, so just to be kind, and if you work hard, good things will happen. And
I love it.
Yes.
Very good. Do you have a personal philosophy in life, Heddy?
Mine's probably pretty similar. Mine's just be authentic, care about others, good things come.
Good things come. I
They
love
do.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and read yours.
Mine's
The
funny.
honesty card.
Oh.
All right. Mondays, be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice.
Oh, I
We
love
had a
that.
Monday yesterday.
Did you?
So that was really good.
That's a good one. That's a good
Tell
one.
us about your Monday and how you got through it. So, I love that because I had a boss one time that said TGIM. Thank God it's Monday, because for him it was like, this is an opportunity for us to make money, to work hard, to get our goals, and so he really took that. Thank God it's Friday, but used it on Monday, and
Yeah,
I
I
love
like
that.
it.
I love that. So what does that mean to you?
So Mondays now, what I realized this Monday is like, used to I wrapped everything up on Fridays. You know, like I would look at finances, I'd send out what we need to do, and then this Monday I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start my day by getting all of this done for the week. You're right, like it's a good day to be motivated.
It
Get things
is.
set up so you don't like procrastinate. So I think it's, if we're smart, we'll get things done early. That's a struggle.
Yes.
which you're not alone in, because that's why Monday gets a bad rap.
It is, yeah. So we're trying.
I love it. I love it. How about you, Alexis? What does that mean to you?
I kind of like this whole TGIM.
Yeah,
I
isn't
like
it
it.
good?
It's a good little mind shift there. I don't know. And I think it's also whenever you're a part of a business or you're creating something that really means a lot to you and you know you're doing good things, Monday doesn't have to be bad. But
Amen.
on the flip side, when we do have our very Mondays, at least we have each other. And that is all we need sometimes.
That's right.
And it is going to be okay.
It's always good to have a workplace buddy, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
when you come, because that's how my husband and I are, because we're each other's,
Oh, yeah.
everything. And so it's like, it's good to have that person that go, okay, it's a Monday. How are we going to flip this around? You know?
Exactly. And the good
So-
thing about us, for some reason, when I'm having a moment, Heddy is very calm, collected.
that's good.
And then so when Heddy has a moment, it's like I can be very calm and collected sometimes. I don't know if actually I would call myself calm and collected, but I'm like, at least we're not both having moments at the same time.
Yes.
And that is the secret.
That is the secret. Yes, that is the
Yes.
secret to business. Make sure that your partner is not having a moment at the same time
Yes.
you are having one.
It's very true.
I love that. Well, thank you, ladies. Do you have favorite quotes that you live by?
Mine's on my phone.
Pull it out.
Okay.
We are so casual here. Feel free. We can Google anytime. Pull it.
Perfect. Okay, so mine is by one of my favorite authors is Robert Greene. He's written like the 48 Laws of Power, the 48 Laws of Human Nature, things like that. And he says, do not accept the roles that society foists on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you.
Ooh, that's a good. I love that one. I'm going to
Yes.
add that to my
Oh,
one of
he's
my favorites.
Amazing.
Love
Highly
that.
recommend.
Love that. Okay, Heddy.
Mine's more kind of, I went a little more like business oriented, but because that's what we do. You know what I mean? But people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And what you do simply proves what you believe.
Yes.
And I like it because it keeps us in line. Like, we are doing what we're doing because we believe in it.
Yes.
And we need to remember that. You know what I mean? And keep that in the forefront of everything we do.
I agree. I love that because you have to, everybody has a why, right? And so you have to know what your why is because it's different for everyone and it can change throughout your life too. I have found that mine has definitely changed. You know, once becoming a parent, your why changes 100,000%. That's not even a number, but anyway, but whatever. Let's talk about functional medicine. I love this term and I can't wait to hear more about it. I am one that I always like to try to the holistic way of health first. Been a vegetarian for 30 years. I I take medicine. Don't worry. Like when I just had surgery, had to take the medicine.
Yeah.
But there's times. But I feel like there is. I think we can all take part in our health to be proactive rather than have to react. And once again, I'm not the professional. I'm going to let you explain. What is functional medicine?
All right, so functional medicine is really, there's a few different ways to look at it. There is more of the upstream underlying cause. You just said the why of things. That's what functional medicine is.
Okay.
So if somebody has, let's go with depression. they probably need a pharmaceutical, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Right.
needed. So you go to the doctor, you get your antidepressant. My job is more kind of like detective work than medical work.
Okay.
It's kind of cheesy, but people get it.
I love it. I love cheesy. Tell me about it.
So lots of data, lots of labs, and we figure out, why do you have this? Is it stemming from genetics? Do you have an overgrowth of some bacteria in your gut that's contributing? Is it that your hormones are off? Like, what is causing this depression? And we can work on that while you're getting your, say, pharmaceuticals, things like that, to help you with that relief as we work through it.
So you're working together with
We are.
mainstream medicine as a way to find where it's stemming from.
Depending on where people are. So
And how does that? I believe it's blood work, but is that
yeah, so we do blood work. My background's in genetics.
Okay.
So sometimes we run genetics. We do hormones. I usually use what's called the Dutch panel. It is dried urine. It shows like cortisol and adrenal stuff. We do stool testing. We do any test in the world. Honestly, we have a lot. It is more advanced. Meaning that we're able to dig deeper into kind of causes, and it's more education based.
okay?
So when we get labs back, it's not like, okay, this was out of range, here's what you need to do. It's like a lesson. We go through it for about an hour. We explain what's going on in the body. And I find that's important because it's very hopeful, and it's like a relief. Like when you see like, oh my gosh, this is why I'm so tired and I'm in a bad mood all the time. It's just like, oh, okay, I have an answer, and then you can do the work.
Right.
But you have a very clear answer as to why these things are going on.
I love that. Let's talk. Let's get into some real talk, ladies.
Yeah.
What is something that we can do to improve our? Let's talk women's health right now. Women's health right now, and what are some of the top things that women are not doing right?
Okay. What do you think? You want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
Yep.
So I deal with a lot of women's health. I'd say most of my clients, my personal, not Morphs, but my personal clients are like 30 to 45 females who are having hormonal issues.
Okay.
That's basically.
So hormones.
That's not all I do, but for some reason that's what I'm getting right now, which is cool. So what I'm finding is that I don't know if it's post-COVID. I'm thinking it might be.
Okay.
Everybody is exhausted. They're doing too much. It sounds so simplistic, but I ask women always like, what do you enjoy? What do you like to do? And they're all like, I don't know.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly,
Because they're probably busy in motherhood, work,
And we are.
and
we are stretched.
don't
way
do
too
anything
thin.
for themselves.
And so realizing that, I think this is a broad answer, but realizing that you have to take care of yourself, I think that's so simplistic, but women don't take care of themselves,
Right.
period. They
Right.
don't. So whether finding something you enjoy, doing it, making time for yourself, finding a way to deal with stress, taking care of your body, living with moderation, not restricting too much, you know what I mean?
Eat the ice cream every now and then. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying? Yes. I
Yes.
love this, Heddy.
Like-
This is great.
Yes.
Drink the glass of wine, eat the ice cream, like have fun. I honestly think that's a big part of it.
I'm a firm believer in moderation too. Yeah, that is key.
Well, and I think that, like, especially now, there's this huge movement with, like, the health and wellness industry. Huge movement, which is fantastic because it is a lot more things are getting brought to the surface. But on the flip side, especially if you go on social media, it's like you have these people who are, waking up, drinking their bone broth, and then drinking a greens, and then going on a 4-mile run, and then meditating, and then doing XYZ. And it's like, honestly, you have to live by the 80-20 rule because realistically, most people can't do that.
Right.
Most people don't have that time. Or honestly, you go through it about 1 to 2 weeks, and then you're not doing it anymore because it's really hard to commit to that, or there's not enough time or resources, and then you feel like, oh, well, I guess I'm not very health and wellness.
Right.
And so I think for us, we really preach like the 80-20 rule. Like, we know how to support your body. We can give you the tools for that. So then whenever you have a girls' night or a mom's night out or a date night with your husband, like whatever that looks like, if you want to have the glass of wine or if you want to have your cheat meal, whatever that looks like, it is okay. Like, we can support the body in other ways. You do not have to stop living. And health also doesn't have to be boring. Like, we say that all the time. Like, it does not have to be boring to be healthy or to live a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
You can, you don't, and if you do this, it's okay, but you don't have to eat your grilled chicken and broccoli and, every single meal. You can every now and then have
right,
like
exactly.
a cheat meal. I love that. So 80% of the time you get 20%, it's okay.
Yeah, live your life. Okay. Yeah. Life is too short to just be like looking at the other table over there at their pasta or whatever it is, and
or bread.
Yeah, exactly, or bread, and you're just miserable. Like, you just have fun with it. It's okay.
I agree. I'm sitting here today in Midland, Texas with the co-owners of Morph. It is would you call it a medical spa?
It's a health optimization center.
Health optimization center. I like that. That is fantastic. I love that. Focusing on all things healthy. Alexis Hines and Heddy Herron. They are nurse and director of functional medicine, and we've been talking a little bit about what we can do. I want to dive a little bit deeper into, like, once you find out, okay, you've done the blood work, you've done the hormone test, what do you do with that information, and how do you follow up with it? Like, what does the patient what does the patient plan look like after?
Absolutely. So once we go through everything, I like to really partner with them and figure out what works for their life too. Like we just said, like, some people will be like, oh, I'm great, like, staying on a very strict, some people do great, like, being strict, other people, like, not so much. So we really tailor it to them, but we do work with diet. Much like we just talked about, but it's going to be individualized, what we see on the labs. Like, if somebody's adrenals are not working as well as they should, maybe they need a lot of vitamin C. Instead of restriction, I focus on what we need to bring in. So we spin that psychology a bit.
I love it.
What do we need more of? Things like that. We talk about lifestyle, like, according to your labs, how can we get better rest? What type of exercise should we be doing for your body? So everything is very individualized, as well as stress. We can't get rid of stress. I always say, like, our spouses are stressful, our kids are stressful. We're not going to kick them to the curb.
My husband just said amen.
I mean,
thanks, sweetie.
Like, it's true. And so we can't get rid of stress. And there's good stress. Exercise is stress, but we need to make sure our body can handle it. So again, based on labs, we really start working on some lifestyle things to handle that. And then we work too with supplementation. Like I said, there's a saying that floats around that's like, a headache's not a Tylenol deficiency, and it's really stupid because Tylenol helps. But it's also not like an herbal or peppermint oil deficiency either. And so my job is to figure out what is your body actually lacking so we can restore function. And so with supplements, it's usually like nutrients and amino acids and maybe bacteria that they're lacking, things like that, not so much alternative like herbals and things along those lines.
This is amazing to me that you can find out all of that by looking at your blood work. And
so much we can find. And then you add genetics in, and it's like your blueprint. It's like, here's what your body doesn't absorb right. Here's what you need more of. And so it's really cool. We can find out a lot.
I love that. And what would you say to someone that, they're not that they're scared of the process, but they don't want to get started, but yet they're having, they are having thoughts and feelings of depression, and their body, like you said, tired all the time. They know something is off. What would you say to them to get them going down this path?
Well, the cool thing about this is that it is hopeful. And again, we're not anti-conventional, but oftentimes we think when we go to the doctor, we're going to hear some bad news. Like, here's what's wrong with you.
Or give me something to fix it quickly, which is a Band-Aid, right?
Right. And so we really want to get to what's happening. And so what I love about my job is usually, it's so funny, when we go through labs, oftentimes people are like bawling the whole time because they're like, this makes so much sense. So it's actually hopeful. It is. I love that. It gives you answers. It's hopeful. It tells you your path forward. And there's no like doom and gloom. There's no, you just know what's going on.
I love that. You both are business owners pretty recently, right? This was, you've been through a journey with both of your medical careers so far. What advice would you give to someone about opening a business? Because there's a difference, and as a business owner, I know this, there's a difference between practicing and sharing your gift and then running the business.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like almost like two different things.
Oh, two different things.
And I don't think people grasp that a lot of times.
What have you learned through this? And it's been open since September, but you've been in the medical field a lot longer.
Well, and I ran my own business prior. So I did run functional medicine before. So I kind of came into it, I think, with a little more of what to expect, the overwhelm. And you can't really explain that to somebody else.
Nope,
and so I
you
think
sure
Alexis, poor Alexis, wasn't prepared. And I don't mean that really.
No, I know.
It was was like, oh.
No, we've all been there. We've all been the first, first time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, like, you can't be prepared. I
Right.
mean, that's the truth. You have to be able to roll with the punches. You have to be able to be uncomfortable. You have to... I'm a big believer now, which is funny because I was always very risk averse. Like, I'm a very cautious person, and now I'm like, you can't be successful if you don't risk everything. Just go.
Right.
And that's, I think, part of the business. If you have the idea and you believe in it and you're passionate and you put forth the risk, because you're not going to accomplish anything if you don't do that, you'll be successful.
Yeah. And then I think personally it has to be more than I want to make X amount of money.
Right.
Like if you are going to start a business, run it successfully, you have to be willing to eat, sleep, breathe your whole thoughts, especially in the beginning. Like eventually there's going to be a day that, you know, maybe you can take a little vacation and it's going to be fine. But mentally,
Wait, what is that?
I know.
What is that thing you talk of vacation?
I know. Stress levels. We have to take a little break sometimes. Yes. But seriously, like in the very beginning, you have to be willing to put everything you have. And I think the people in your life, you need to tell them too, because for example, like you're not going to be home as much, or your friends, like you're not going to be the same type of friend that you were before you started a business. And I think the transition personally is something that you also can't prepare for either. Like people in your corner have to realize that this is your life. It is like you are having a baby, like you are having a marriage, like, and that has to be okay for a little bit. But if you are doing it for the purpose of bringing something really good or helping people or just your passion and not just about how much money you're going to make or a paycheck eventually or what your status is, like then it is all worth it and it will work out.
Yes.
It has to be for the right reasons.
Yeah.
The balance is hard.
Agree more.
Balance is hard.
Whew, if you could find something to fix that in functional medicine.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
4.
Me too.
Okay, so
I feel you. That's
yes,
what I was thinking.
Yeah. How old are yours?
Oh gosh.
Okay, so we have 5. I have a stepdaughter that does not live with us every day, but we have 5 girls.
Oh,
so
wow.
18,
Talk about hormones.
Yeah.
18, 16, 14, 6, and 4.
Oh, wow. So you are busy. Oh, I remember those ages. Mine are 3 of the 4 are out of the house right now in college or working, and there's only one. So, but I remember those days, and that is busy. I mean, there, this, and you can relate to this. I always call this, because my mom, hi mom, my mom's like, okay, can we set up, what are we going to be doing like, can we make plans for say 3 months out, right? And we're going to do this, and can we schedule this? And I'm like, Mom, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow because my day gets hijacked. Right? I call it my day getting hijacked, and you don't know which way it's going to go because a car is going to break down, and you may have to drive to Lubbock in 2 seconds notice and help child number 3 or child number 2 or child number 1. You never know where you never know what's going to happen to your day. And so I get that. And so the balance part is tough. It really is. And I'm trying to think, here's my other, because you still have littles. It's more emotionally demanding when they're older and physically demanding when they're younger.
Absolutely.
I'm 100%, right? I mean, you're exhausted by the end of the day with littles. You are exhausted.
And we have the old ones too. So
you're getting both.
I got all of it.
You have both right now, Heddy. Well, I'm
fine.
saying a prayer for you right now because I understand. But I do think there. I mean, gosh, I love having a big family. I wouldn't change it for the world. We would have had 10 if there were more hours in the bank, money in the day, and we were younger.
Yep.
But we're not. So we
either.
stopped at 4. But it's one of those things. The balance. What advice would you give to find the balance between business owner, parent, and spouse? I mean, you've got to balance it all.
It's hard. I can say the past few months we've probably failed.
And that's okay.
That's okay. And I think that's actually what it is that you have to be I had a conversation with my 6-year-old on the way to school this morning that, like, I can't go to her Easter egg hunt in the morning. First time ever I haven't been able to go to something. Yeah. I found out late. And so just saying, like, the reason I'm doing this work is for this reason. Just being very honest is the first part. And then the balance is I can't say I always shut off my work when I get home. But being honest as to why I can't sometimes. It's all about the conversation. And then I take breaks. We schedule. I make sure every important thing is blocked off on my calendar. And then I'd say every 6 weeks I like to have a scheduled amount of time. So like I can work hard and then I know in 6 weeks we've got some time.
I love that.
My husband does the same, and he has a busy schedule too. So
I love that. That is good to schedule that time, because if you don't, it won't happen.
it won't.
It's
And
kind of like women
it's a
taking care of
non-negotiable.
ourselves, right?
Yeah.
If we don't schedule it, like I live by my day planner. You know, if I don't schedule it, even if it's my back when I could exercise, which I will again.
Yes, you will.
But back when I could run every day, I would write it in my day planner, because if I didn't run it in or write it in there, I wasn't going to do it.
Right.
Is there a business tool that you two are using that is really helping you be successful in your business today?
Lots of tools.
So many tools. I know what I think.
I think for us, it is one thing that I think is very important for us is that we are very good about like our communication.
Oh, that's good.
And
that's a good tool.
Yes, and like having hard conversations, but also like being able to laugh and being able to just talk about stuff that's not with the business. And I think a good tool for us is just maintaining very like open communication. And like at the end of the day, whatever the day looks like, we know we're in this together and it's gonna be okay.
Yes.
Like a marriage.
Yes, it's like a marriage. Yes.
It's not always going to be a Monday on a Monday.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I do have to stay very organized. I think a lot of virtual tools and things like that
Yeah.
too. Like you're saying, your
Yes.
planner,
Yeah.
everything has to be very organized
And
it's not gonna
scheduled.
happen.
Yes, that's true.
It'll never happen.
Okay, ladies, we're getting close to running out of time, and I hate it because I want to talk so much more about Morph, but I want you to make sure that we've mentioned things that you want. Is there anything we haven't talked about yet that you're like, I really want people to know this about Morph and come see you, and then we want to let everyone know where to come see you.
So something I didn't say is that when we do go through things like protocols and healing, we individualize like IVs and peptides. We didn't even touch on. Peptides are phenomenal.
What is a peptide?
Go, Alexis.
So
Go, Alexis.
peptides are what is called short chain amino acids. We have them in our body. They are the building blocks for our daily function. So I also like to describe it. Have you ever seen the movie Bug's Life? I think that's what it's called.
Yes,
That's how I've been describing it
Never heard
lately.
this.
Oh yeah. So sit back.
I love a good Disney or Pixar. I think it's
Yeah,
Pixar. I love a good
I always do
Pixar
it with
analogy.
Inside Out, the movie Inside
Oh yeah.
Out.
Okay.
That's
so,
a good one too.
Yeah.
I think another Pixar.
Exactly. So there is a scene, and it's like all these little ants are carrying the leaf back to the village to have food or like shelter, whatever they're using leaves for. I don't know.
Right.
And so the peptides or the amino acid chains, they're like the little ants. They're the little helpers of our body. And so over time, whether it's like through stress, aging, dysfunction, basically these little helpers, they get weak and they can't help anymore. The ants start coming less and less and less, and then therefore the leaf can't be transported. So our peptides, you take them daily and you are restoring all of those amino acid chains.
Is it a pill? Is it a liquid? What is
It
it?
is a daily shot.
Daily shot.
Okay, but it's really tiny. It's really tiny, and I have people come in all the time. They're like, "I'm so scared," and they do it. So don't be fearful of that.
like a pinch.
Yeah,
right?
like a
pinch.
little
pinch.
one.
You know
Yes.
something cool though? I have torn ligaments in my knee,
Uh-huh.
and when I take my peptides, there's no pain.
Really?
Yeah, just thought
Interesting.
about it.
Interesting, because those little ants then go run and help your pain down there, right?
Close the venous membrane.
Learn
Right.
something today. Those
Right.
little ants
See,
or peptides.
see the little bug's life works. Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
So yeah, the peptides are really interesting because they can go for any like kind of dysfunction or ailment, whether it's pain and inflammation, sleep, overall well-being, weight loss, performance in the gym, like because we all have them inside of our body anyway.
Right.
So you're not introducing anything new. You're not introducing steroids. You're not introducing something that's going to have a really bad adverse reaction, which is again phenomenal.
And honestly,
it.
they also increase testosterone. So like a lot of people are doing things like that instead
Right.
of being injected with.
And that's something that y'all are going to consider in the future. Right now, focusing
Yes.
on women's health, but
No, actually,
both
we
men
have-
and women.
We
Okay.
probably now have about 60% men.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
More
Yes.
men than women.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Well,
It's the cold plunge.
yeah. So
Oh, cold plunge. The guys
have
like.
you have you ever heard
And
of cold
peptides.
plunge?
I've heard of it, never seen it, don't know what it does, but I've heard it helps your body
Oh,
somehow.
Okay, so the cold plunge actually, it is
addicting?
It is.
She's addicted.
It is. I am. I'm a cold plunge addict, and I am proud of it. So, Ours is set at a crisp 39 degrees.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yes. And so basically the science behind it, you get in it the first 30 seconds, your brain is telling you, I need to get out. Like your fight or flight response to stress, whatever that looks like, you are saying, I need to get out. This is dangerous. I need to get out. I need to get out. You push through, and then at 3 minutes, you get this huge surge of what is called your catecholamines. So your dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine.
Wow.
What these do, these are the things that make you feel good, motivated, focused, that you have drive, you're in a good mood. These are the things that everybody chases. And so at 3 minutes, this peaks. And the good thing with a cold plunge is after you stay for 3 minutes, it doesn't drop your levels. So like if you take like
so it stays there the rest of the day?
Yeah, so you're going to peak, and then it kind of plateaus a little bit, but it stays higher at a higher baseline. Whereas like medications that have the same effect, they quickly drop off.
Right.
And so you are increasing your dopamine amount literally 2.5 to 3 times higher than your baseline. Wow. So this is phenomenal for anybody with like anxiety, depression, stress, or
ADHD.
Yeah, ADHD. Like you feel you're in a great mood afterwards. You feel focused, and then
I thought it was just for athletes.
Oh no.
And you can see it happen because we're in there, and so you can literally see that release because they're like, and then it hits, and they're like talking and singing, and you're like, this is so
How long do you stay there?
So
no more than 6 minutes.
No more.
Okay.
We have we have a 6 minute club. It's called the 6 minute Morph. It's kind of like our competition drive. We're very competitive people. And here's the thing. If like I go in there and I'm like, yeah, Heddy, I stayed in there for 6 minutes. Well, then Heddy's gonna be like, well, I have to. And like you're gonna get to that 3 minute mark. And it is really good for your body. Like inflammation goes down, your body feels great, you feel lighter. It's really good for.
It burns fat.
Yeah.
Like people with diabetes, they did a study. They put them in, and they did nothing else. It was men, and they didn't change their diet, and their diabetes improved.
Yeah,
really?
like their actual.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
Just from cold plunges.
Love this.
Yes.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yep. And so it is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I think everyone should do it. And then also the mental benefit, like you are getting in a actual thing of freezing water, 39 degrees, and staying in there for however long that looks like for you. Right. If you can do that willingly, it doesn't matter if someone cuts you off in traffic. It doesn't matter if someone annoys you at work. It doesn't matter if you get home and your house is a mess, because you just did a really hard thing that no one forced you to do. You can go and do anything. It doesn't matter.
I love it.
You got it. And so it is by far one of the best tools. That is my toolkit, actually. That's my toolkit for dealing with stress, business, and life.
I love it.
Yep.
You think everyone should cold plunge. I think everyone should drink more water. What do you think everyone needs to do more, Heddy?
I think everybody needs to figure out what's actually happening in their body.
Okay,
Yes.
know your body. You want everyone to know your body.
Yes.
I love
Because
it.
it's unique.
I love it.
Everybody's the same.
Ladies, thank you so much for sharing this time today. I want to let everyone know where Morph is. I've been their cute, adorable location. Go ahead and give the address.
Address is 102 South G Street. It is right off of Wall. And you can find us on Instagram at Morph Health. And then our website is www.morphmidland.com.
We didn't even get to talk about all these little goodies in here.
Oh,
but
yes.
You brought a bag of goodies.
Yes.
And I just love this really quick. Tell us what this is, because this looks amazing.
Okay, so this is what is called an adaptogenic drink.
Okay.
Mouthful. And so a lot of what we're seeing is like this sober movement, sober curiosity, or just people who are wanting to drink less alcohol but still want to go out and have fun, feel good. This is basically what that does. It has some herbs in it. And so you can make like a mixed drink with it. You can have it like by itself. So that way you feel like you are a part of the social whatever.
Right.
Exactly, but you're not consuming alcohol, but the things in it make you feel relaxed and they make you feel good and talkative, and it's
good for you.
Exactly.
Supportive to the body.
I love it. And so many other good things. So please go see Heddy and Alexis at Morph. They are doing amazing things for our health here in West Texas. I usually play a little game called Favorite Things, where we rattle off some favorite things really quick. And so I'm going to just throw some out really quick. You give me your first answer, okay?
Oh, gosh.
You ready? Favorite book?
Great Gatsby by Fitzgerald.
Nice. Favorite book, Heddy?
Oh my gosh, I have so many I can't think.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
I'll come back. Yeah,
Okay,
do it.
favorite movie?
Oh, it depends on my mood.
We're so bad at
Oh,
this.
we really are.
No, you're doing great. There's no wrong answer. That's the great thing about this. There is no wrong answer.
You know what I'm loving right now? But it's because I have kids. The new Matilda,
I haven't even seen
it is
that.
so good.
Oh, I love Matilda.
But
I've-
the musical, it is so good.
Yes.
The movie.
Okay, there.
Weirdly, I said that yesterday. I think this is my new favorite movie.
Okay, Matilda.
That's random, but there you go.
Favorite restaurant
In town?
in West Texas?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Opal's Basement. Or
Oh,
Opal's.
Opal's Table.
Hands down.
Okay.
I love Opals too, but like we are on a Wall Street Cochina taco
Oh, yes.
thing right now. Like that's what we're like
That's awesome.
twice a week.
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome. Favorite memory here in West Texas?
Oh, mine. Okay. I grew up here. Mine would definitely have to be. So I was a golfer, and it was one of my first times my dad took me out, and it was like whenever I was still really little, and you were just kind of hitting. We were at Ranchland, and he was like letting me drive the cart for the first time, and like that's wherever my dad and I really established that golf is going to be kind of like our thing. And yeah, it's a core memory.
Aw,
And
love
so
that.
yes, so
That's how we actually met you the first time.
I
Was out
know.
on the golf course.
Yep.
With our kiddos golfing.
Exactly.
I love that you share that with your dad. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yes.
I
Favorite
have
memory?
so many memories. I'm old.
You're
No,
not
you're not.
old. You
Oh
are
my
so
gosh.
not old.
I
I'm
always
much
tell-
older than
no,
you.
I always
You're
tell Heddy
very
she's not old.
Man, there's too many. No,
Too
I'm
many.
bad.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
I'm like
No-
kids, parents. Where do I go with that?
I know.
Favorite workout? If you're gonna work out, do anything today, what's it gonna be?
Okay, like in general or what I'm actually doing today?
Your favorite.
My favorite. Okay.
I love your
We're not
honesty.
black and
Well,
white.
I
You're like,
well, because-
what am I gonna do?
Because I'm not doing my favorite workout today. So I'm like, no, cycling. Cycle class
Awesome.
at Cycle Bar, unmatched. Could go every single day. Unfortunately, that's not what I'm doing today. But yeah, that is my favorite endorphin rush in the world.
Love it.
Yep.
Love it.
And Pilates.
Pilates?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thank you so much. At the end of the show, we always ask, we're going to give to a local nonprofit. Do you have one that you support in your business that you want us to shout out right now? Nonprofit organization?
There's a few.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the names.
Where
I don't
we
know.
really like Young Lives.
Young Life is so good. I
And the,
love, yes. I
Oh, the
teen
so the
moms.
teen moms one.
So it's
Okay,
Young
Teen
Lives.
Moms. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to shout them out. Help support these local nonprofits any way that you can. We will too. And we appreciate you shouting them out today. I just think we have so many here in West Texas, and that's what's so great about our community.
Yes.
And is the support and the way that we all support each other and shop local, just like you're all going to do now, and go see these amazing ladies at Morph. And tell me it again, Health Optimization Center.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. They're going to optimize your health. And let's be honest, who couldn't use a little optimization in their health? All of us.
Exactly.
So, ladies, thank you so much. It was so much fun getting to know you today and your hearts and your business, and sharing those little nuggets of information with all of our listeners. We appreciate you, and we wish you much success in your business. You're doing great things, and there's nothing better than helping other people get healthy. So, what a fun gift that you have to share here with West Texans.
Well, and thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you. Go see the ladies at Morph. Once again, Alexis Hines and Heddy Herron. And we want to thank all of you for joining us today and learning and laughing, because I laughed a lot today.
Good.
I want to be a fly on the wall in your business. I think the conversations would be great. I've enjoyed ours so much, and we hope that you did too. Remember to support all local businesses as much as you can. Our thank you to our sponsors, Rig ID Workwear, Midland Cap Company, joincapclub.com, and Tapestry Hotel Midland. Please follow them all on social media and support them any way that you see fit. And I just am so grateful for all of you sharing your time with us today. Remember, my mottos: dream big, believe, and never give up. Thanks for joining us. You make it a great day.